The era of Lord William Bentinck, serving as Governor-General of Bengal and later India, marked a pivotal period in the evolution of modern India. Bentinck implemented radical reforms in financial restructuring, the inclusion of Indians in judicial roles, and made significant strides in social and intellectual domains. He abolished the practice of Sati, eradicated Thuggee, and led the adoption of English as the language for governmental affairs and higher courts. This fostered Western influence in India. Bentinck's governance created a liberal environment conducive to the growth of the press in India. He recognized the potential of newspapers published in Indian languages to drive social reform and supported their dissemination through government assistance. His administration witnessed a surge in newspaper publications, with numerous Indian language and English newspapers emerging across various regions between 1830 and 1833. In Bombay, the press flourished with publications like the Mumbai Samachar and the Mumbai Vartaman gaining prominence. Madras saw the establishment of Tamil and Telugu newspapers, aided by government grants. Furthermore, the introduction of the Bombay Darpan, the first Anglo-Marathi weekly, by Bal Shastri Jambekar in 1832, exemplified the expanding reach of journalism. In the northwest provinces, both Hindi and Urdu journals received patronage from the government, contributing to the diversification of press publications. The initiation of official gazettes in Bengal and Bombay underscored the increasing institutionalization of the press. Bentinck's tenure was just the beginning of an era that would transform the Indian press. This dawn of a new era laid the foundation for the burgeoning press landscape in various regions. The liberal phase in Indian press under Company's rule in India was a stepping stone towards the freedom of press we witness today, so stay tuned as we unravel the journey of the Indian press in the subsequent scenes. Regional press in India had its roots in the liberal phase during the Governor-Generalship of Bentinck. This era saw a sweeping wave of change, with the press in India gaining momentum and diversifying in its reach. Bombay was a hotspot of this burgeoning activity, with newspapers like the Mumbai Samachar and the Mumbai Vartaman gaining prominence. These publications served as a medium for discussion, debate, and dissemination of information, contributing greatly to the intellectual awakening of the region. Simultaneously, Madras wasn't left behind. Encouraged by government grants, Tamil and Telugu newspapers began to surface, reflecting the regional diversity of the press. The introduction of the Bombay Darpan, the first Anglo-Marathi weekly by Bal Shastri Jambekar in 1832, was a testament to the expanding reach and inclusivity of journalism. Moving to the northwest provinces, the linguistic diversity was even more evident. Both Hindi and Urdu journals enjoyed patronage from the government, further enriching the press landscape. As if to underscore the increasing institutionalization of the press, official gazettes were introduced in Bengal and Bombay. These gazettes played a critical role in shaping public opinion and served as a reliable source of information. But the evolution didn't stop here. The press in India was about to undergo another transformation. As Lord Metcalfe took over the reins from Lord Bentinck, he continued the trajectory of press liberalization, advocating for reforms in press laws. This led to the drafting of the Press Act of 1835 by Macaulay. This act marked a significant milestone, aiming to establish uniformity in press regulations throughout India while ensuring freedom within the bounds of state security. Metcalfe's approval of this act earned him the epithet "Liberator of the Indian Press," and rightfully so. The growth of regional press was a clear indicator of the changing times. It reflected the evolving societal norms, the thirst for knowledge, and the desire for a liberal, informed society. The press had become a powerful tool, and its influence was only set to grow in the coming years. The mantle of liberalizing the Indian press was passed on to Metcalfe, who took it a step further. Venturing into the era of Charles Metcalfe, the then Governor-General of India, we find a man resolved to further the cause of press freedom. Metcalfe's belief in the power of the press and its role as a catalyst for social change propelled him to advocate for more liberal press laws. This advocacy led to the drafting of a groundbreaking piece of legislation, the Press Act of 1835, by none other than Thomas Babington Macaulay, a historian and politician who served as the law member of the Governor-General's Council. The Act was a response to the need for uniformity in press regulations across the diverse regions of India. It was a delicate balance, aiming to ensure freedom of the press within the bounds of state security. The Press Act of 1835 marked a significant departure from previous press regulations. The Act repealed the existing press regulations and introduced new measures requiring printers and publishers to declare their publications. These declarations served as a form of accountability, ensuring the press remained responsible and respectful of societal norms and state security. In addition, the Act provided penalties for non-compliance, ensuring the laws were not merely theoretical but had real enforceable consequences. The implications of this Act were far-reaching. It facilitated the rapid development of the press across Bengal, Bombay, Madras, and the northwest provinces. The growth and diversification of the press was significant, marking a new era in Indian journalism. Metcalfe's approval of the Press Act of 1835 was a monumental moment, not just in his tenure, but in the history of the Indian press. It is this act and the liberating effect it had on the press that earned Metcalfe the fitting epithet, liberator of the Indian press. The Act's passage signified a commitment to the freedom of the press, a commitment that would shape the trajectory of Indian journalism for years to come. Metcalfe's approval